Faced with an unexpected pregnancy and heartbreak, Anna leaves her small town for the city, determined to find a new beginning. Watch as she navigates the challenges of single parenthood, confronts the neglect of a wealthy family, and ultimately finds love and fulfillment in the most unexpected places. This is a journey of courage, resilience, and hope that will leave you inspired and moved. Stay tuned as we unfold Anna's incredible transformation from heartbreak to happiness. Anna stood in the bustling lobby of the small-town hotel where she worked, her reflection shimmering off the polished marble floor. The vacuum hummed quietly beside her, a constant companion in her daily routine. She had worked at the hotel for over a year now, cleaning rooms and tidying up after guests who often didn't even notice her presence. Despite her hardworking nature and determination, she often felt trapped in a cycle she couldn't escape. Each day, as she pushed her cleaning cart down the hallways, she dreamed of a life beyond the confines of the hotel, one filled with opportunity and purpose. Her thoughts often drifted to Brian, the charming heir to the hotel chain where she worked. Their relationship was a secret, whispered between late-night rendezvous and hidden smiles across crowded rooms. Brian's family was wealthy and influential, and the divide between their worlds was stark. What would they think if they knew? Anna often pondered, her heart caught between love and fear. Brian was kind and attentive when they were together, but she knew he struggled with the idea of making their relationship public. One afternoon, Anna met her best friend Lisa for coffee at the corner cafe. The smell of freshly brewed espresso filled the air as they settled into a small booth by the window. "You deserve more than a secret, Anna," Lisa said earnestly, her eyes reflecting concern. "Real love shouldn't hide in the shadows." Anna nodded, stirring her coffee absent-mindedly. The words lingered in her mind, mingling with her own doubts and insecurities. Would Brian ever be brave enough to stand by her openly? Later that evening, Anna found herself waiting anxiously for Brian in the staff lounge. He arrived late, as usual, with an apologetic smile. "I'm sorry," he murmured, brushing a kiss across her cheek. "I had a meeting with my father." Anna tried to smile, but the heaviness in her heart was hard to shake. "I've been thinking," she began tentatively, "about us, about what Lisa said. Maybe she's right. Maybe we shouldn't hide anymore." Brian looked troubled, his gaze shifting to the floor. "It's complicated, Anna. You know my family wouldn't understand." The weight of Brian's words pressed down on Anna, deepening the chasm of uncertainty between them. She wanted to believe in the strength of their connection, but the reality of their situation loomed large. As she returned to her small apartment that night, the city lights flickering outside her window, Anna felt a mix of longing and despair. She loved Brian, but she couldn't shake the feeling that their secret love was destined to remain just that, a secret. The following day, Anna returned to the bustling hotel, her mind still swirling with Lisa's words. As she dusted the front desk, she overheard a conversation between two guests discussing a wedding. Their excitement was palpable, and it stirred something within Anna. The idea of love out in the open, celebrated instead of hidden, felt like a distant dream. She wondered if she would ever have that, or if her relationship with Brian would remain a whispered secret forever. During her lunch break, Anna met Lisa at the same corner cafe. The two friends sat side by side, sipping iced tea under the warm afternoon sun. "Have you thought about what I said?" Lisa asked, her voice gentle but insistent. Anna nodded slowly. "I have. It's not that simple. Brian cares about me, but his family is so powerful, so set in their ways. I don't know if he'll ever be able to stand up to them." Lisa reached across the table, giving Anna's hand a reassuring squeeze. "Remember, Anna, the real question isn't about Brian. It's about you. What do you want? What do you deserve?" Anna looked down, contemplating her friend's words. "I guess I want a love that doesn't have to hide," she admitted quietly. The weight of her own admission felt like a key turning in a lock, opening a door she hadn't realized was there. As she returned to work, Anna couldn't shake Lisa's words from her mind. They echoed through her thoughts like a persistent melody. When she saw Brian later that evening, she decided to broach the subject again. "Brian, have you thought any more about us? About not hiding anymore?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. Brian sighed. running a hand through his hair. Anna, I want to, but it's so complicated with my family's expectations. Anna felt a familiar knot of frustration tightening in her chest. She wanted to believe that love could conquer all, but the reality was more complex. I know it's hard, she replied softly, but I can't help feeling like I deserve more. Like we deserve more. Brian looked at her, his expression torn. I'll think about it, Anna. I promise. But as Anna left the hotel that night, she couldn't help but wonder if promises would ever be enough. A few weeks later, Anna sat on the edge of her bed, her hands shaking as she stared at the pregnancy test in front of her. The two bold lines confirmed what she had both hoped for and feared. She was pregnant. Her heart pounded with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. This could be the turning point for her and Brian, a chance to solidify their relationship and start a family together. Yet, the fear of how he might react gnawed at her insides. That evening, she met Brian at their usual spot, a quiet corner of the hotel's garden, where the moonlight danced on the leaves above them. I have something important to tell you, Anna began, her voice barely above a whisper. Brian looked at her with curious eyes, sensing the seriousness in her tone. I'm pregnant, she said, her heart thudding as she watched his reaction. Brian froze, his face a mixture of shock and disbelief. Pregnant? He repeated, as if testing the word on his tongue. Anna nodded, trying to read his expression, hoping to find a glimmer of joy or excitement. Instead, she saw hesitation and uncertainty cloud his features. Anna, this is big, he stammered, running a hand through his hair. I don't know what to do. My parents, they have plans for me. The mention of his family sent a chill through Anna. She had hoped this news would draw them closer, but now she feared it might tear them apart. I thought you'd be happy, she said softly, her voice tinged with disappointment. I thought we could face this together. Brian's silence spoke volumes, his eyes cast downward as he grappled with the weight of the news. I need time to think, he finally replied, his voice strained. Anna felt a wave of despair wash over her. She had dreamed of this moment, imagined it bringing them closer, but instead, it left her feeling more isolated than ever. As Brian turned to leave, Anna's heart ached with a profound sense of loss. She watched him disappear into the shadows, her mind racing with uncertainty about their future and the choices she would have to make alone. The days following her conversation with Brian were some of the hardest Anna had ever faced. She felt adrift, struggling to come to terms with the possibility that she might have to face this new chapter of her life alone. The thought of being a single mother scared her, but the idea of staying in a town where she felt judged and isolated was equally daunting. Her mind constantly replayed her last conversation with Brian, each word deepening her uncertainty. Anna found herself spending more time with Lisa, seeking comfort and advice. One afternoon, they sat in Lisa's small living room, surrounded by the cozy clutter of books and plants. I can't stop thinking about what to do next, Anna confessed, her voice heavy with indecision. Do I stay here and face everything, or leave and start fresh somewhere new? Lisa listened intently, her expression thoughtful. It's a big decision, Anna, but whatever you choose, you won't be alone. I'm here for you. The support of her friend was a balm to Anna's troubled heart, but it didn't erase her fears about the future. She knew she needed to consider what was best for her and her baby, weighing the familiar comforts of her small-town life against the unknown opportunities of a big city. I've always dreamed of something more, Anna admitted, her eyes distant as she imagined a life beyond the confines of her current reality. But I worry about being alone in a new place. Lisa nodded, understanding the depth of Anna's fears. Starting over is never easy, but sometimes it's the best way to find what you truly need. Maybe this is your chance to redefine your life, Anna, she suggested gently. Anna's mind wandered back to Brian, and a sense of clarity began to form. She knew what she had to do. That evening, she called Brian and asked to meet him one last time. As they sat together in their usual spot, Anna took a deep breath, her heart heavy with emotion. Brian, I've made a decision, she began, her voice steady despite the turmoil inside her. I love you, but I can't keep waiting for you to choose me. I need to do what's right for me and the baby. Brian looked at her with a mixture of regret and sadness. Anna, I'm sorry. I wish things were different. Anna nodded, tears welling in her eyes. So do I. But it's time for me to move on. With those words, she stood up and walked away, feeling both the weight of loss and the lightness of newfound freedom. With her heart set on a fresh start, Anna made the decision to leave the small town and head for the city. She spent the following days packing her belongings, each item a reminder of the life she was leaving behind. The process was bittersweet, filled with moments of nostalgia and flickers of excitement for the future. Anna knew she was taking a significant risk, but she felt a newfound sense of determination and hope. On the day of her departure, Lisa came to see her off at the bus station. The morning air was crisp, and the station buzzed with the energy of travelers and departures. "You're really doing this," Lisa said with a mixture of pride and sadness. "I'm going to miss you so much." Anna hugged her tightly, feeling the weight of their friendship in that embrace. "I'll miss you too, but this is something I need to do, for me and for the baby." The bus ride to the city was long, giving Anna plenty of time to reflect on her decision. She watched the familiar landscapes of her hometown gradually give way to the bustling cityscape, her mind filled with thoughts of the challenges and opportunities that awaited her. As the city skyline came into view, Anna felt a mixture of nerves and anticipation. It was a leap into the unknown, but she was ready to embrace it with open arms. Upon arriving in the city, Anna checked into a modest hotel, using the last of her savings to secure a temporary place to stay. The vibrant streets were a stark contrast to her quiet hometown, and she marveled at the energy that pulsed through the city. She knew she would need to find a job quickly, something that would allow her to support herself and her child in this new environment. Despite the uncertainty, Anna felt a renewed sense of purpose. In the days that followed, Anna scoured the city for job opportunities, visiting every business and posting her resume wherever she could. Her determination was unwavering, fueled by the desire to create a stable and loving environment for her future child. She realized that this move was not just a physical journey but an emotional one as well, pushing her to grow and adapt in ways she hadn't imagined. As she navigated the bustling city streets, Anna felt a glimmer of hope that this was the beginning of a brighter chapter in her life. After several days of searching, Anna finally secured a job as a housekeeper in the home of James, a successful businessman, and his wife, Linda. The couple lived in a spacious apartment in one of the city's upscale neighborhoods, their home filled with modern furnishings and tasteful art. Anna was grateful for the opportunity, hoping it would provide the stability she needed to start her new life. She quickly adapted to the household's routine, focusing on her work with diligence and care. From the start, Anna sensed tension in the household. Linda was an ambitious career woman, more absorbed in her work than in the impending arrival of her children. The couple was expecting twins through a surrogate named Sophie, a kind and gentle woman who often visited the house. Despite the excitement of the upcoming births, Linda seemed distracted, her mind always elsewhere. Anna noticed how James tried to balance his work with preparations for the babies, but it was clear he was overwhelmed. Anna and Sophie developed a fast friendship during her visits. Sophie, who was living alone in the city, often confided in Anna about her feelings of loneliness and isolation. "It's strange," Sophie admitted one afternoon as they shared a cup of tea. "I'm carrying these babies, but sometimes I feel so disconnected." Anna nodded in understanding, feeling a kinship with Sophie's situation. "I know it's hard," she said softly, "but you're not alone. I'm here if you ever need to talk." Over time, Anna became an integral part of the household. Her presence provided a sense of calm amid the chaos, and her friendship with Sophie blossomed into a supportive bond. She enjoyed her work, finding a sense of fulfillment in helping others and being part of something bigger than herself. Yet, she couldn't help but notice how Linda's detachment seemed to grow with each passing day, her focus more on her career than on the family she was about to welcome. As the due date approached, Anna could sense the growing anxiety in the house. James was busy setting up the nursery and making arrangements, while Linda remained distant, her mind occupied with her career ambitions. Anna did her best to support both James and Sophie, knowing that the upcoming changes would require patience and understanding. She hoped that once the twins arrived, Linda would embrace her role as a mother, but she couldn't shake the feeling that the road ahead would be challenging. Anna quickly settled into the rhythm of life in the bustling city, finding solace in her work and her growing friendship with Sophie. The city was a whirlwind of activity, and Anna often found herself marveling at the vibrant energy that surrounded her. Each day brought new challenges and opportunities, and Anna embraced them with open arms, determined to create a better life for herself and her child. In the busy household of James and Linda, Anna established a routine that kept her occupied from morning till night. She took pride in her work, ensuring the home was spotless and welcoming. She also enjoyed caring for the nursery, arranging the tiny clothes and toys with a sense of anticipation for the twins' arrival. Anna's presence brought a sense of warmth to the home, and James often expressed his gratitude for her dedication and hard work. As Anna and Sophie spent more time together, their bond deepened. They often met for lunch in the nearby park, sharing stories and laughter under the shade of the trees. Sophie's pregnancy was progressing smoothly, and Anna was amazed by her strength and resilience. "You're going to be a wonderful mother," Anna told her one afternoon, watching Sophie's face light up with a shy smile. "And you'll be an amazing aunt," Sophie replied, her eyes twinkling with gratitude. Despite the demanding pace of her new life, Anna found moments of joy and contentment. She explored the city on her days off, visiting museums and parks, soaking in the sights and sounds of her vibrant surroundings. The city felt alive with possibility, and Anna cherished the freedom and independence it offered her. She realized she was growing stronger and more confident each day, carving out a new identity for herself in this bustling metropolis. As the due date for the twins approached, Anna noticed a subtle shift in the household dynamic. James became more involved in the preparations, while Linda remained preoccupied with her work. Anna hoped that the arrival of the twins would bring the family closer together, but she couldn't shake the feeling that Linda's detachment might become a problem. Nevertheless, Anna remained optimistic, focusing on her role as a supportive friend and caregiver, eager to welcome the babies into their new home. A few weeks later, Anna faced a devastating turn of events. She had been feeling unwell for a few days, her energy sapped and her emotions frayed. One morning, as she was preparing breakfast in the kitchen, a sharp pain shot through her abdomen, and she knew something was terribly wrong. Anna rushed to the hospital, her heart pounding with fear and dread. After a tense wait, the doctor confirmed her worst fears. She had suffered a miscarriage. The loss hit Anna hard, leaving her heartbroken and adrift. The dreams she had nurtured for her child were suddenly gone, replaced by a profound emptiness that she struggled to comprehend. In the days that followed, she withdrew into herself, grappling with a grief that felt all-consuming. Anna's world seemed to shrink, her vibrant surroundings muted by the weight of her sorrow. In this difficult time, Sophie became a source of comfort and strength. "I'm so sorry, Anna," Sophie said softly, holding her hand during a quiet afternoon in the nursery. "I can't imagine what you're going through, but I'm here for you." Anna nodded, grateful for Sophie's presence. "It's hard," she admitted, tears welling in her eyes. "But having you here helps. Thank you for being such a good friend." Anna found solace in her work, pouring her energy into caring for the household and preparing for the twins' arrival. The routine provided a sense of stability, and the anticipation of the babies brought a glimmer of hope to her days. James, too, offered his support, expressing his sympathy and ensuring that Anna had time to rest and heal. "We're here for you, Anna," he told her one evening, his voice filled with kindness. "You're part of our family now." As she navigated the complexities of her grief, Anna began to rediscover her passion and purpose. She realized that her journey was not over, that there was still a future to build and dreams to pursue. Her friendship with Sophie and the support of those around her became a lifeline, helping her to heal and move forward. Despite the pain, Anna felt a renewed sense of determination, ready to embrace the challenges and joys that lay ahead. As the weeks passed, the twins arrived, bringing both joy and chaos into the household. Sophie gave birth to 2 healthy baby girls, and the atmosphere in the home was filled with a sense of celebration. Anna was there to help James bring the babies home, and she felt a profound sense of connection and responsibility as she held them for the first time. It was a moment of pure joy, a reminder of the preciousness of new life. However, shortly after giving birth, Sophie experienced complications that required her to remain hospitalized for an extended period. This unexpected situation meant that Anna and James had to take on more responsibility for the newborns. Anna's role quickly shifted from housekeeper to primary caregiver, and she embraced the challenge with dedication and love, despite the overwhelming demands it placed on her. Amidst these challenges, Linda's disinterest in the babies became more apparent. She was distant and detached, often leaving the care of the newborns entirely to Anna and James. Despite the joy surrounding their arrival, Linda's absence cast a shadow over the household. She returned to work almost immediately, leaving James and Anna to manage the demands of caring for the twins. Anna noticed troubling signs that Linda's neglect was more than just emotional distance. She often found the babies crying for long periods without being comforted, and their feeding schedules were frequently disrupted due to Linda's inattentiveness. Anna tried to address the issue subtly, speaking with James about her concerns. "James, the babies need more attention. I'm worried about how they're being cared for when we're not around," she said gently, hoping he would understand the gravity of the situation. James was caught in a difficult position, torn between his responsibilities at work and his role as a father. "I've noticed it too, Anna," he admitted with a weary sigh. "But Linda just seems so uninterested. I don't know how to reach her." Anna felt a pang of sympathy for James, recognizing the strain he was under. She knew they needed a plan to ensure the twins' well-being, especially with Sophie's unexpected hospitalization following the birth. As Anna cared for the twins, she realized that her role in their lives had grown far beyond her initial job description. She felt an overwhelming sense of duty to protect and nurture them, determined to fill the gap left by Linda's neglect and Sophie's absence. One afternoon, James had to attend an important business meeting, leaving the twins in Linda's care for the first time in days. Anna had a few errands to run and felt uneasy about leaving the babies with Linda, but James assured her it would only be for a short time. Anna reluctantly agreed, hoping that Linda would step up in her absence. As she left the house, she glanced back, feeling a twinge of anxiety about what might unfold. When Anna returned a few hours later, she was met with a chaotic scene. The twins were both crying hysterically, their faces flushed and tears streaming down their cheeks. Toys were strewn across the living room floor, and the air was thick with tension. Linda was nowhere to be seen. Panic rose in Anna's chest as she hurried to comfort the babies, her heart pounding with worry. "Sure, it's okay. I'm here now," she murmured, cradling them in her arms. Linda eventually appeared from her home office, looking irritated by the commotion. "They've been crying for ages," she complained, dismissing the baby's distress with a wave of her hand. "I had a conference call and couldn't be disturbed." Anna stared at her in disbelief, anger simmering beneath her calm exterior. "Linda, they need attention. You can't just leave them like this," Anna said, her voice shaking with frustration. When James returned home later that evening, Anna wasted no time in telling him what had happened. "James, the twins were left alone, crying for who knows how long," she said, her voice filled with concern and anger. "Linda didn't even check on them." James's face darkened with anger, his hands clenching into fists. "This is unacceptable," he snapped, his voice low and furious. "They're our children, and they deserve better than this." Confronting Linda, James's frustration boiled over. "You can't keep neglecting them like this, Linda. They need us, both of us," he said, his voice rising in intensity. Linda looked taken aback by his anger but remained defensive. "I have my career to think about," she retorted. "I can't just drop everything for them." James shook his head, his anger giving way to a deep disappointment. "If you can't be there for them, then we need to find someone who will," he declared, determined to find a solution for the sake of the twins' well-being. In the days following the confrontation, the atmosphere in the house grew tense and uncertain. Anna felt a heavy responsibility to protect the twins and support James as he grappled with the reality of Linda's neglect. The situation weighed on her, and she spent long nights pondering the best course of action. She knew that something had to change for the sake of the children, and her resolve to help them only strengthened. One evening, after putting the twins to bed, Anna sat in the quiet of the nursery, reflecting on her journey. She thought of the choices she had made, the challenges she had faced, and the new life she was trying to build. Her thoughts drifted to her own dreams and the hopes she had for her future. Despite the difficulties, she felt a deep sense of purpose and determination to create a safe and loving environment for the babies. Anna knew she needed to speak with James again, to find a way forward for their makeshift family. The next morning, she approached him in the kitchen, where he was brewing a pot of coffee. "James, we need to talk about what's next," she said, her voice steady. "The twins deserve a home where they're loved and cared for. We can't let things stay as they are." James nodded, his expression weary but resolute. "You're right, Anna. I've been thinking about it too. We need to make some changes." They discussed their options, considering what was best for the children. James was determined to be more present, and Anna offered to continue helping as much as she could. "I know this isn't easy," James admitted, "but I can't do this without you, Anna. You've been a rock for us, and I'm grateful." Anna felt a surge of warmth at his words, her resolve bolstered by their shared commitment to the twins. As the days passed, Anna found herself more involved in the twins' lives, her bond with them deepening with each moment spent together. She realized that her role had evolved beyond that of an employee. She was a crucial part of their world. The realization filled her with a sense of fulfillment and hope, a belief that despite the challenges, they could create a loving and nurturing environment for the babies. In the quiet moments, as she watched the twins sleep or play, Anna reflected on the strength and resilience she had discovered within herself. She knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but she was ready to face it with courage and determination. With James by her side and the twins in her heart, Anna felt a renewed sense of purpose, ready to embrace the future with open arms. Determined to change the situation for the better, Anna and James decided it was time to confront Linda and make some difficult decisions. They arranged to meet her in the living room one evening after the twins were asleep. The tension in the air was palpable as they sat down, the weight of the conversation pressing heavily upon them. "Linda, we need to talk about the twins," James began, his voice calm but resolute. "They need more from us than what they're getting right now. I want us to be a family, to give them the love and attention they deserve. But things can't continue the way they have been." Linda sat back on the couch, looking disinterested, as if the conversation was an inconvenience. James continued, "I know you're focused on your career, but these babies are our responsibility. You've been neglecting them, and it's affecting their well-being. If you can't be there for them, we need to make other arrangements." Linda barely flinched, shrugging off the gravity of his words. "James, I have my own priorities. I'm not cut out for this full-time mom thing. I thought you knew that." Anna felt her frustration rising as Linda dismissed their concerns. "The twins need love and attention, Linda. They can't keep being an afterthought," she interjected, trying to make Linda see the seriousness of the situation. But Linda simply rolled her eyes, her indifference clear. "I'm busy with work, and I can't just drop everything for a couple of kids," she said dismissively. James's patience snapped. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for what he needed to say. "Linda, I've tried to make this work, but it's clear that your heart isn't in it. I can't keep pretending this is okay. I want a divorce." Linda's reaction was immediate and explosive. Her calm demeanor shattered, replaced by fury. "You're divorcing me over this?" she shouted, her face flushed with anger. "How dare you?" James remained firm, his voice steady despite Linda's outburst. "I can't do this anymore, Linda. The twins deserve better, and I'm going to make sure they have the love and stability they need, with or without you." Linda stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind her. The decision was painful, but James knew it was the right one for the twins. With Linda gone, he and Anna could focus on creating a nurturing environment for the children. In the days following Linda's departure, the atmosphere in the house shifted dramatically. The tension that had once permeated the home was replaced with a sense of peace and purpose. James and Anna worked closely together, establishing a new routine that prioritized the twins' well-being. The babies thrived under their attentive care, their laughter filling the house with warmth and joy. Anna's bond with the twins deepened with each passing day. She loved caring for them, finding immense joy in watching them grow and discover the world around them. James, too, became more engaged, dedicating his time and energy to creating a nurturing environment. Together, they formed a strong, supportive team, united by their shared commitment to the children. One afternoon, as Anna and James sat in the nursery, watching the twins play, Anna received a surprise call from Sophie. She had finally been discharged from the hospital and was eager to reunite with the babies. "I can't wait to see them," Sophie said excitedly. "And I'm so grateful to you both for taking such good care of them while I was recovering." Anna smiled, feeling a sense of relief and happiness at the news. "We're looking forward to having you back, Sophie. The twins will be thrilled to see you." Sophie's return brought another layer of support and love to their growing family. She quickly bonded with the twins, her presence a source of comfort and joy. During her visits, Sophie and Anna discovered they shared a familial connection. They were cousins who had lost touch over the years due to family circumstances. This revelation strengthened their friendship and deepened their sense of belonging. As the weeks turned into months, Anna, James, and Sophie settled into a harmonious routine, each playing a vital role in the twins' lives. The house, once filled with discord, now radiated with laughter and love. Anna felt a profound sense of fulfillment and happiness, knowing that she had found a family that embraced and supported her. Together, they faced the future with hope and optimism, ready to nurture the twins in a home filled with love and joy. As time went on, the bond between Anna and James deepened, transforming from friendship into something more profound. They found themselves spending more time together outside of their responsibilities with the twins, sharing quiet moments over coffee and exchanging stories about their hopes and dreams. Their conversations grew more personal, and the connection between them blossomed into an undeniable attraction. One evening, after a particularly joyful day with the twins, James invited Anna to join him for dinner at a cozy little restaurant nearby. As they sat across from each other, the flickering candlelight casting warm shadows on their faces, there was an unspoken understanding between them. "I can't thank you enough for everything you've done, Anna," James said softly, his eyes meeting hers with gratitude and something deeper. "You've changed my life and the lives of these little ones." Anna felt her heart flutter at his words, a warmth spreading through her chest. "I'm the one who should be thanking you," she replied, smiling. "You've given me a family, a home, and a purpose I never knew I could have." They talked late into the evening, their conversation flowing effortlessly, each moment drawing them closer together. As they walked home under the stars, the world felt alive with possibility. In the weeks that followed, Anna and James's relationship grew stronger, their partnership evolving into a loving romance. They worked together seamlessly, their shared dedication to the twins reinforcing their connection. James's sincerity and kindness endeared him to Anna, and she found herself falling for him more with each passing day. For James, Anna's warmth and compassion were like a beacon, guiding him through the challenges of single parenthood. One afternoon, as they watched the twins play in the park, James took Anna's hand, his expression filled with affection. "I've been thinking a lot about us, about what we've built together," he said, his voice steady. "I love you, Anna. I can't imagine my life without you in it." Anna's heart soared at his words, and she squeezed his hand, her eyes shining with happiness. "I love you too, James. This feels like where I'm meant to be." Their new relationship brought a sense of completeness to their family. Anna, James, and Sophie worked together to create a loving, supportive environment for the twins, their home filled with laughter and joy. The challenges they faced only strengthened their bond, and Anna felt grateful for the unexpected journey that had brought her to this moment. Together, they embraced their future, ready to face whatever came their way with love and unity. The sun shone brightly over the city park as Anna, James, and Sophie sat on a picnic blanket, watching the twins play happily on the grass. The gentle breeze carried the sound of children's laughter and the rustling of leaves, creating a serene and joyful atmosphere. The twins giggled as they chased butterflies, their faces alight with wonder and delight. It was a picture-perfect day, filled with the simple pleasures of family and togetherness. Anna leaned back against James, a contented smile on her face as she soaked in the warmth of the sun and the happiness surrounding her. "I can't believe how far we've come," she said softly, her eyes following the twins' playful antics. "It feels like a dream." James wrapped his arm around her, a smile of his own spreading across his face. "It's amazing how everything fell into place," he replied. "I never imagined I could feel this kind of happiness." Sophie sat nearby, her heart full as she watched the family she had become a part of. The twins' joyful laughter was music to her ears, a testament to the love and care they had all worked so hard to create. "You two have built something truly special here," she remarked, her eyes warm with affection. "The twins are lucky to have you both." As the afternoon stretched into evening, the group shared stories and laughter, the bonds between them growing stronger with each moment. The park was alive with the sounds of summer, the golden light casting a glow over everything. Anna felt a profound sense of fulfillment, knowing she had found a place where she truly belonged, surrounded by people who loved and supported her. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, Anna and James watched the twins start to tire, their little eyes drooping with sleepiness. They gathered up their belongings, Sophie helping to carry the sleepy children back to the car. The image of their family, united and content, was a powerful contrast to Anna's life before. She had transformed from a young woman feeling trapped in a small town to a strong, confident mother figure in a loving, supportive family. The journey had been challenging, but it had brought her to a place of happiness and fulfillment she had never dreamed possible. Together, they walked toward their future, ready to embrace whatever life had in store for them.